Hi everyone, welcome to GeoRick's Travels.
Well, it's 7:30 in London and we're heading out to go mudlarking. We're going a little later today because the tide's moved on a little bit. And we're going down to where the Romans were when this was called Londinium.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. Come with us.
Here we are at good old Warwick Avenue station, just about 2 minutes walk from our Airbnb, and we're heading on down. Train just pulling into the station. We're travelling on the Beaker line, the brown line on the map. And again, it's very quiet here, being early in the morning. We've noticed when we're travelling on the Beaker line here that it's quite noisy. I did a little bit of research last night, and whoa, here comes the train. It's so noisy is because the rolling stock here is very old. It dates from about the 1970s. Whoa, what a noise. We're changing trains at Baker Street. Much quieter on this line. Okay, we just made it to Cannon Street.
Yeah, we've had a couple of changes of trains and it's just brilliant here in London because there's only, 3-minute wait for the next one. So
yeah,
it's just...
I don't think we've ever waited more than about 6 minutes for a train, have we?
It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it's very clear too where to go.
Yeah, so we changed from the Bakerloo line to the Circle line.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The street we're walking down here is where the Warbrook River used to flow. It's one of London's hidden rivers. It's been built over the top, so it still flows down there to the Thames. In the days of Rome, when the Romans were here and this was Londinium, the river divided the city into two. And so just down here is where we go mudlarking quite often. It's a great place. Here's a pub we've been past many times, the Beaker. And we've never been in because it's always shut at the times we come through.
There's already someone down there.
Is there?
There's somebody down there.
Yeah. See, there's a mudlark already on the shore. Up here is the geocache. Can you see it? Pretty hard to get to though. Not really game enough. Climb up there at the moment. You get very muddy. It's already down the shore looking. I think we should go left, Lynn.
Where? That one. Your left.
My left, yep. Strange the way the foreshore changes as time goes by with the tides going in and out. There have been times along here where we've had a great deal of trouble getting over all the rocks and boulders and things that are here. But in the last couple of weeks it's been relatively easy through here. An interesting brick here, made by the Farset Brick Company between 1896 and 1921. This part here is always just a little tricky to get across. Just take my time so I don't slip, but compared to previous years, it's still much easier here. Remember, you need a mudlarking permit to search here. There's London Bridge up in front of us with the red double-decker bus going across, and way in the distance there. Well, there's not many people there today. I can see one mudlark up ahead of us having a look, and so it's quite quiet here today, which is interesting. We're about an hour before low tide. The common whelk is an edible marine gastropod. It's native to the tidal parts of the Thames. Lots of people going across London Bridge at the moment, all off to work. Someone else is having a good search around. Look at that. Oh, we got kindly given this to us by a mudlark who would rather not be filmed, which is fair enough. But it's a Rome tesserae from a mosaic. Wow, that's special.
That is special.
Thanks for this.
What we've been finding, we've been looking at the general area and the large pieces and stones and
That's the way to find the large pieces of pottery and
Yes.
and maybe the big pipes.
Yeah.
But then you've got to stop and go down, and preferably almost on your knees, and really look carefully around areas to find things, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's sort of two layers, you know, there's the general scan of the area, and then there's a get down, and a lot of the mudlarks are wearing knee pads.
Yes, they are, and crawling along.
So they can, literally crawl along and see everything.
But some of the pieces, like the die that we saw was so tiny
Yeah.
that you've got to do that really, don't you?
Yeah,
to
we've
see
seen two, haven't we? We've seen a sort of 1600s one, little wooden one, and yesterday we were shown, James, wasn't it? Showed us the stone one from Roman times.
Amazing.
And they're
Just
they're
so
really tiny.
I don't know how they could see the numbers on them, but
know.
you can actually see the numbers. So
Yeah, you have
it's
to look
really
quite hard
good.
though, don't you? So yeah, two layers, sort of general scan the area in case there's anything large, and then get down on your knees and start looking really closely and taking your time. Lynn's found this rim of a Roman jar, probably made from locally here in London or around this area, and probably a jar about that size for storage, food and that sort of thing, and this would be just the rim of it. So pretty neat find, back from 2nd century, the other mudlarks told us. Yeah.
But it still survived, that piece.
Yeah, amazing to hold something that was held by Roman Britons. Okay, we just met James again.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
Again.
And tell us more about the Romans. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
So this particular area, of course, is in central London. So behind us would have been the Forum Basilica and the major centre market and the administration centre for Rome.
Right.
The foreshore is encroached here, so it's about 30 metres back that way where the Roman foreshore would be. But of course, as the city evolved and dissolved and evolved and dissolved, then everything just got broken up and ended up in the river.
Yeah.
And then now,
Building foundations, dig it out, throw it all in the river.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, thanks, James.
So here's a few little artefacts I just washed in
Right.
as the boat passed. And this is the Roman roof tile.
Yeah.
Tegular, so it'd be a rectangular shape
Yeah.
with the legs like that, and another one with and then you have an index that goes over the top. And
Yeah.
here you can see the finger swipe, which is swiped
From the
along
person who
edge,
made it.
from the person who made it.
Wow, that's cool.
And this is something that's been repurposed. So that would have been like a tile like this, and then it's been broken into squares, and you see there's little bits of mortar dotted around it. So that would have been used as the border of a floor mosaic.
Right.
And this is an old brick made of mud, dung and straw. You can actually see the impressions where the straw
Oh, yes.
was in it, and the other little inclusions, like that.
What sort of time would that have been?
All three of these would be the Roman period.
All Roman.
From AD 50 to AD
Yeah.
400.
Can you spot the find? Samenware was mass-produced tableware, mostly produced in Gaul, what we now know as France, and exported to various parts of the Roman world. Looks like there's a jawbone here. The river has seen centuries of waste disposal from things like butchery and tanning, so it's not surprising there are large numbers of bones here. More looking.
The flat ones are the native oyster shells.
All right.
So, very, very old, Thames estuary. And then you have the ones that we know and love from the cocktail bars, champagne bars, they're the rock oysters.
Right, yes.
So they're quite nice.
Another bit of Roman.
Bit of Roman, bit of colour-coated slipware, probably from the Nene Valley or the Rhine Valley. These are Roman concrete, opus signinum.
Okay.
Yeah, whoops.
What?
Another piece of,
Oh yes, another rim.
yeah. But with the Thames race, so that shows like a calcification because it shows it's been in the river for many, many hundreds of years. Piece of Roman mortarium. See the grit in the bottom?
Oh, it is
grinding.
mortarium. Yes. I picked
Grinding
that up and
door.
filmed a piece like that just a little while ago. I didn't...
Non-specific. Oh, this one maybe earlier because it's got little bits of temper in it, broken up shell.
Right.
And that could be early Roman, or it could be earlier.
Right.
Could be late Bronze Age.
Oh, okay. Can I just grab that back? Yeah, I didn't...
Oh yeah, that's
I filmed this exact piece a little, about 20 minutes ago.
Did you?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I didn't realise this grit was the mortarium grit.
Over the base and the...
I thought that was some sort of growth that had got onto it.
Yeah, so it's...
Yeah, that's really good.
So then they put
Okay.
the olive oil and all the herbs and spices in, and then they grind it down. The slip coating on it as well.
Is that part of the roof tile
That's the
again?
roof tile.
Yeah.
And again, you can see here where they've
Thumb mark or finger mark, yes.
drawn a line across it to make a square edge. That's a handle. So you can see that it's been handmade, and there's get the impression of the thumb marks in it. So like that. Very worn, river worn, broken. So that's been stuck on, and then it would come around here like that. The handle. Period.
Post.
Could be Roman.
Oh, right.
No
Okay.
glaze. It's got the core is not fired completely through. Old.
Oh.
Has some age.
Yeah, definitely.
Fascinating.
Thank you.
Good. So what's this shell? How did...
So it's like a shell temper. So it's put into the clay, so it would fire at a higher temperature, effectively. So stabilising
Right.
pot. But it'd be a very basic domestic pot for storage or fully storage jar. Fragments.
Oh, good. Okay, we're throwing a modern piece.
This is a modern piece of crockery. Probably somebody was eating off it probably about a month and a half ago. Broken white piece of porcelain plate, dinner plate. So I'm going to offer it to the future generations. Now, the further I throw it, the longer it's going to get to come back.
Right, a couple hundred years ago from now.
I'm aiming for another 200 years. So here we
Okay.
go.
Hey, there we are, Father Tibbs.
I reckon about 120.
So mason's marks, right.
Yeah. It's a piece of work stone that seems to be moving its way up the foreshore.
Right.
I discovered it a few months ago and fascinated by it. You can see it's actually been worked, chiseled.
Yes, you can, yeah.
And then there's mason's mark here, which are numbered.
Okay.
A little bit of rudimentary research. It's not conclusive. When I read that when they were building the old London Bridge, which is the last one, the Rennie Bridge,
Right.
in the early 19th century, the stones were brought into the Isle of Dogs and then were dressed and numbered before
right.
they were brought to install.
Okay.
So I'm working on the premise that that could be one of the old London Bridge that didn't make it to Mr. McCulloch's Arizona
Yes.
housing development,
When
which
he-
he the other one made a picture, which
when
he
it was
bought
sold
for
off.
a couple of £1 million back in the
Yeah.
1960s. But it'd be nice if it was.
Can you see the find? Can you see a piece of black Roman coloured coated ware? It's a type of Romano-British ceramic produced in the Lower Nene Valley here in England. Looks to us like the round base of a Roman beaker. Can you spot another piece? You can see some decorations still on it. Can you spot the find? Like the decoration on this shirt.
Can you spot a piece of salt glazed stoneware? We can't identify this piece, but love the decoration on it. A piece of Roman concrete. It was very strong, with many structures built with it still standing today.
Well, we've had a wonderful morning down on the foreshore. We've found some really interesting things. We've been given some really interesting things. And again, we've met James and some of the other mudlarks. Everyone we meet down here is so friendly, so helpful, and we come away having learnt a lot about Roman London, haven't we?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching.
And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up so more people can watch. And don't forget to go mudlarking.
Mudlarking. Well, there is a geocache here.
Yes.
If you can climb up high enough.